never got a chance to say goodbye to Lynn.
Previously on segment has time for this.
A VNN special report.
News position.
Never make a pretty woman your wife. Now all you have to do is just what I say.
Episode accidentally relights debate over whether Dean was in love with Cass the whole time. What exactly did the angel grip tight when he raised the Winchester from perdition?
Between you and me, Soldier Boy did to singing what Pantyhose did to finger f***ing.
Paul f***ing Reiser.
The thing is, to be American means knowing you're the hero. So what do? We sweep all our filthy shit under the rug?
Thinking America holds a monopoly on all this bullshit. Before us, it was the British. Before them, it was the Romans. Before them, it was the Greeks. Before the Greeks, it was the Egyptians. And before the Egyptians, there were probably people in Mesopotamia who thought they were a big deal. You know what they say? When you see all your problems as nails, every solution starts to look like a Hammurabi. Get it? It's it's just it's history puns. They're funny and educational. At least educational.
Egyptian cotton sheets, and I gotta f***ing burn them.
That's on you for trusting a man like Soldier Boy with Egyptian cotton sheets. You know how having people over goes. You make sure they have scratchy old sheets from a sale at JCPenney in the 90s. Then they aren't tempted to stay for too long. And you get your house back quicker. Also, thinking that putting Egyptian in front of the words cotton and sheets makes them all fancy. They're f***ing sheets. As long as they don't feel like sandpaper, put them on me. I don't f***ing care what country chooses to endorse them. We wouldn't dare play the music, but there's currently an REO Speedwagon song playing over a shot of Jensen Ackles, and not a Kansas song playing over a shot of Jensen Ackles.
I mean, can you imagine how perfect our kids would be?
Vanity.
See, Maeve, I'm not letting you live. I'm keeping you alive.
This line is so f***ing chilling that I'm legitimately concerned my ears have frostbite. So here's a sin because without health insurance, a visit to the ear specialist is $400.
Wait, he has PTSD.
And congratulations, Huey. You've won this episode's round of dumbest f***ing question imaginable. You've got a year's supply of Spam headed your way and an all expenses paid trip to Dayton, Ohio. Eating baked beans straight out of the can.
You can't hide from Soldier Boy.
Not being able to hide from someone who wants you to watch them crank it, watch them roll, and watch them crank that Soldier Boy, then Superman, that O.
Oh, fuck.
You're telling me the paranoid superhero that served in World War II and several other armed international conflicts was careless enough not to be watching for tripwires? I ain't buying it. You knew beforehand that you'd be dealing with a villain that has ocular-based powers and none of you thought to wear some sunglasses? It seems like a pretty easy power to avoid. Is everyone taking stupid pills today?
Knock it off, you little f***ing freak!
Characters trapped in a nightmare until they finish reliving past trauma cliche. That'd be fine if I didn't already know Gen V was going to steal this exact concept 1 year later. So I guess I better award 2 cents.
You help me finish this, I'll kill Homelander.
You had your shot at killing Homelander. You had 2 soups helping you, and he still got away. So excuse me for being skeptical about your ability to uphold this bargain.
Snotty little
Huh. Now that I've seen this, I'm forced to add a retroactive sin for Billy not killing his father when they met face to face in season 2. Now, you might say, hey, you can't add a retroactive sin, and then I'd be forced to remind you of the terms and conditions you agreed to by clicking on this video. Contracts are fun.
It will be the greatest sorrow of my life that I miss your orgasm.
I thought the greatest sorrow of your life was losing track of Lamplighter so he could burn Mallory's children to death.
When you grow up in Iowa, there is not much else to do.
Show continues to kick the shit out of Iowa when South Dakota is right there. South Dakota has so little going for it that even Amtrak won't stop there. Seriously, it's one of just 2 states in the lower 48 without an Amtrak stop.
Cheers to that.
It's really hard to go along with a cheers when you're hogging the only bottle in the room, Starlight.
Still can't believe this is legal. I locked up so many assholes for it back in the day.
Vought had the world's #1 superhero locking up people for smoking weed?
Your whole Marlboro Man act, it's f***ing crap. And I
warned you.
You did not.
Babe, this is Ambrosia's. She's very pretty, and she thinks you're strong.
The Deep is, yet again, trying to f*** more marine life. At this point, even A-Train has more character development than the Deep. Can we write some new material for this guy? This gag was maybe funny in season 1, but it's dry and dying now.
Okay, it's not an it, it's a her. Get your pronouns right.
Show makes the Deep a surprise trans rights ally. And I know beggars can be choosers, but even Ben Shapiro would have been a better choice.
I gave up my tenure at Vassar.
Giving up anything for the f***ing Deep, let alone tenure at an Ivy League college.
I was born to play Axel Foley.
Why would you say all those horrible things about me to Don Simpson?
Jesus, Ben, really?
Zip it, Coos. The guy's supposed to be funny.
Actually, Beverly Hills Cop was originally written as a more serious action film for Sylvester Stallone, so Soldier Bird doesn't know what the he's talking about.
The world's an ocean of lads. You either sink or you swim.
You can also tread water. It's weird that no one ever gives that option in this analogy.
This is what I'm talking about. This is being a soldier.
Justifying your murders by disguising them as acts of patriotism.
Let's hear it for Homelander!
Show has both Bobby and Dean in the same episode, but couldn't extend an invitation to Jared Padalecki. You even put Jack and Gen V. What's Sam got to do to get an invite?
You need someone you can trust.
Considering how strong Homelander's grip would be, how is Victoria even able to talk?
Blue Hawk will live on because we gave you his heart. A super-abled heart. No more heart disease. You're gonna get to run again.
While this concept is cool, I have questions. Will A-Train have to take immunosuppressants like other organ transplant patients? If all he needed was a superhero heart transplant, why didn't Vought just kill off a lesser-known hero and give him one when all of his heart trouble started? But perhaps most importantly, what made the screenwriters decide that stealing the ending of Terminator Salvation was a smart play?
I want to get a deep-fried Twinkie before my wife finds out.
Well, then you should have just eaten one instead of revealing your grand plan on national television.
We go together to Marseille.
Taking your sweetheart to Marseille first instead of Strasbourg or Mont-Saint-Michel.
I blame my powers for my problems.
Giving us more than a minute of Frenchie verbally reading Kimiko's letter when it would have been so much more impactful for us to hear it in her voice like it sounded in her head when she wrote it. Have you never seen The Vampire Diaries? Like 30% of that show is characters narrating letters they wrote off screen. Of course, the other 70% is love triangle bullshit that got old after season 4. Starlight makes this Compound V robbery look a lot easier than it should be, but how was she even allowed in the building? She spoke out against Vought, and they're now accusing her of being a child sex trafficker. But security just let her walk on in?
Oh my God.
Are we seriously supposed to believe these kind of scientific notes would just be left out on a spare notepad? This is the most convenient bullshit ever convenient in The Boys.
By 1984, things had gotten so bad.
If I told you this episode would be 20% uninteresting forays into Black Noir's past with Soldier Boy, you would say, no way they would spend the penultimate episode of the season wasting time on that, and I would secretly hope you were correct. But here we are.
What the f*** is this?
Looks like the episode is choosing to show a takedown of Soldier Boy through animation, instead of making this an awesome live-action fight that we were all waiting to see. I feel like the boys took the wrong lessons from Season 8 of Game of Thrones. And by wrong lessons, I mean taking any lessons.
Starlight is making all that up.
Disputing video evidence. What, you think you just fake any sort of video evidence with the help of AI? Wait.
Your fame is the only thing protecting you.
What you call fame, the rest of us call plot armor.
Good luck with that. Now that you've told my 190 million followers, I'm still pretty famous.
Famous enough to have 190 million followers watching the inside of your purse for the last several minutes? That's not fandom. That's borderline obsession.
I'm gonna open my eyes.
Why would you do that, Huey? What level of trust has been gained in the last couple of minutes of you grabbing Mindstorm and transporting him against his will, which in turn caused him to lose his clothes? In fact, I'm more confused why Mindstorm doesn't just zap Huey's mind right now and move on.
You'll be safe, away from everyone, including Soldier Boy. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
What's the max range on Huey's teleporting powers? Is it like Nightcrawler's 2 miles? Or is it like Hiro Nakamura's ability to go anywhere? Or is it based on what the script needs? It's that last one, isn't it? If I told you this episode would be 20% uninteresting forays into Butcher's childhood, you would say, no way they would spend the penultimate episode of the season wasting time on that, and I would secretly hope you were correct, but here we are.
The old hates me the most. So maybe if I'm gone, he'll leave you be.
That's a pretty weak maybe. As in, maybe people will like this truck I made that looks like it belongs in Minecraft. Kind of weak.
It's been 6 months and you're coming to check on me. Not once.
If Billy wasn't here to make this memory, what exactly is his brain relying on to create it for this nightmare? Why was everything else Mindstorm trapped him in an actual memory, but this part features Len talking to Billy? Was that always a possibility? I know this is for drama, but it raises more questions than it solves.
Only thing open was Long John Silver's, so I guess that's kind of fish and chips.
I honestly wouldn't be too concerned about the Temp V killing you because ingesting late night Long John Silver's will get you first.
I'm going to save Huey. Even if he doesn't want me to.
So if Huey wants to save you even if you don't want him to, that's not allowed. But you can save him without him wanting you to, and that's fine? Cool. Just wanted to make sure we're on the same page. How exactly did Frenchie know the exact amount of compound V needed to get Kimiko her powers back? Because most of it is still in the vial Starlight gave them. Holding the hand of someone who's in pain and getting their super strength back. Do you want a shattered hand? Because that's how you get a shattered hand.
What father wouldn't want that for his son?
Billy's and Lenny's, obviously. Haven't you been watching this episode, Soldier Boy?
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer Dos Equis.
What are you watching?
Old mistakes.
This is me, Nicole Bradford. Cute, huh? This is my dad, and this is my dad.
Is that concealer?
As of today, I am officially Joey Tribbiani, actor/model.
So, do you mind telling us what we're walking into here?
We're walking into an active volcano.
Is that Quajon whiskey?
Oh.
Slap at the bass, mommy.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night!